Let's now shift focus to Narendra Modi government's systematic policy to choke and isolate Pakistan. It was the review of Indus Water Treaty yesterday. It's the review of the most favored nation status today. Pakistan has enjoyed MFN since 1996. But the Modi government is very clear. As terror is Pakistan's biggest export, this status should be withdrawn. A decision is expected in the next 48 hours. Our political bureau gets you this report.
It's time for Pakistan to pay the price, literally. After a review of the Indus Water Treaty, Modi Sarkar is now considering a new mega economic counter, putting Pakistan's most favoured nation tag under scanner. Rewriting the rules of engagement, India is slowly cornering Pakistan. The centre is now ready to wage an economic war against Pakistan, with the Prime Minister set to chair a meeting on Thursday to review the MFN status that Pakistan was given 20 years ago.
इकोनॉमी ये ऐसे एस्पेक्ट हैं जो देश को मजबूत करते हैं निश्चित रूप से, लेकिन देश की सुरक्षा और देश की अखंडता हमारे एजेंडे में सर्वप्रथम रहेगी, सर्वोच्च रहेगी.
All right, also here's what we are getting to know from our sources that after water, it's now the MFN trade which is under review. The Pakistan was given the most favored nation status in 1996 by India under the WTO treaty, which is under review. So Indo-Pak trade standing at $2.6 billion in 2015-16. Now it will be under review. So this means that from trade point of view, there won't be much hurt on India if you look at it, because most of the trade is informal. But India's export to Pakistan stands as $2.2 billion. But from Pakistan, we import fruits, we import vegetables, textiles, chemicals, cement. So it's been an important trading partner, not on the top of the list for India, but sending out a greater message that how Pakistan's most favored nation status cannot stand at all. That means the MFN status to Pakistan granted under WTO in 1996, 2 decades back, is under review now, and it will be a significant message that India will be giving to Pakistan that it's not business as usual.
This is one move where the government has opposition support.
We have some concerns about trade. Now, if we want to give up those concerns, because there is a higher priority of putting pressure on them and making them see reason, then perhaps it's something that we can try.
All of the steps that implies, including cancelling and repealing the MFN status that this country has given Pakistan in 1996, which Pakistan did not reciprocate till date. We must repeal the MFN status.
Even the Indian industry is fully backing the possible trade sanctions against Pakistan. Dropping these trade ties with Pakistan prepares ground for India to urge economic partners to impose sanctions on Pakistan, to pull the plug on funds being used by Pakistan to finance terrorists. Bureau Report, India Today.
And India's diplomatic assault on Pakistan-sponsored terror continues, and this has left Islamabad rather rattled. Sushma Swaraj yesterday exposed Pakistan-sponsored terror at the United Nations General Assembly when she spoke of Pakistan's military jihad complex being directly involved in attacks in Uri, Pathankot, Gurdaspur, Udhampur, and today, as Pakistan waffled through a very feeble response, Inam Gambhir, First Secretary at the UN, hit right back. Shivarur with this report.
ये छोटे छोटे आतंकवादी समूह जो छिटपुट काम कर रहे थे, आज इन समूहों ने मिलकर एक राक्षस का रूप धारण कर लिया.
From the United Nations General Assembly, Sushma Swaraj took on Pakistan. She laid bare every lie uttered by Nawaz Sharif. Countering Pakistan Prime Minister, she addressed terror and Islamabad's role in fomenting violence in the region. The External Affairs Minister made an international appeal to collectively eradicate terror, labelling it a force that shelters terror activities in a point-by-point rebuttal to Nawaz Sharif. And she even highlighted the atrocities in Balochistan.
Steps should be taken by the United Nations to demilitarize Jammu and Kashmir and undertake consultations with India Pakistan and the true representatives of the Kashmiri people to implement the resolutions of the Security Council.
जम्मू कश्मीर भारत का अभिन्न हिस्सा है और अभिन्न हिस्सा रहेगा, इसलिए ये ख्वाब देखना छोड़ दें।
But Sushma's most scathing warning for Pakistan was reserved for its stand on Kashmir.
इस तरह के भड़काऊ बयान देकर वो भारत का कोई हिस्सा हमसे छीन सकता है, तो मैं पूरी दृढ़ता और स्पष्टता के साथ यहाँ ये कह देना चाहती हूँ कि आपका ये मंसूबा कभी कामयाब नहीं होगा।
While Sushma received applause for her straight talk, a stung Pakistan hit back.
कश्मीर के अवाम को ना वो मुतमिन कर सके, ना उन्हें अपने साथ राजी रख सके, और उनके खिलाफ जो आवाज़ें उठनी शुरू हुई हैं, उन आवाज़ों से घबरा के अब वो इस किस्म का लहजा इख्तियार कर रहे हैं।
But India reiterated its hard message to Pakistan at the United Nations shortly after.
Jammu and Kashmir never was and never can be an integral part of India. It is disputed territory.
The state of Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India and will always continue to do so. We hope that the message is loud and clear.
Pakistan has been left totally exposed now, with Sushma's address setting the record straight on Pak's proxy terror war. Bureau Report, India Today.
I now want to shift focus and ask, is art detached from ground realities? Can Bollywood continue to sing and dance around trees with Pakistani artists when Pakistani state is directly involved in killing Indian civilians and soldiers, whether in Pathankot or in Uri, in Gurdaspur or in Udhampur? And let's not forget 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. 166 citizens of India and several countries across the world were killed by Pakistani terrorists. 8 years after 26/11, Pakistan has done nothing to punish the perpetrators. Does Bollywood have no responsibility? Joining me on the broadcast is Anupam Kher, actor, author and motivational speaker. Mr. Kher, welcome on India First. What message, Mr. Kher, should and can Bollywood send out to Pakistan when innocent Indians are being repeatedly killed in Pakistan state-sponsored attacks, sir?
Gaurav, your show's name is called India First. So when you ask me the question like this, I can't be kind of a sort of liberal in my thinking. I have to think about my country. Yes, art has no boundary, art has no sarhad or something like that, but artists do have a sense of responsibility, whether they are from India or whether they are from any other country. It's an emotional reaction of people where people are saying that, okay, we will not allow people from Pakistan to work in this country. That's an emotional reaction. Any country will do that. If your 18 people are Jawans are martyred and killed, you will react like that. Having said that, I personally feel as an actor that since artists do have boundaries, art does not have boundaries. I think this kind of a ban does sort of send wrong signals. But what is important is, what is sad and unfortunate is that none of these people who are working here, who have got greatest platforms, who have got so much of glory, money, fame, news coverage, have condemned the act of terrorism. If not the country, at least the act of terrorism should be condemned.
Okay. So what you're saying is it cannot be business as usual. People cannot continue to die in India. Bollywood cannot remain divorced from ground realities, sir.
No, I think nobody, no profession can remain divorced from this. It's not the question of only Hindi films or Bollywood or something like that. It's very important to sometimes take responsibility. It also sometimes it's very important to stick your net out and get out of your comfort zone and sort of be unpopular with certain people. What have I done? I am unpopular with certain section of people. So that so-called pseudo-intellectual and pseudo-liberals, I am unpopular, but I will rather be popular with my country than be popular with these people who are so-called opinion makers. So in the similar sense, I think it's important for any professional field to be clear in their mind what is priority for them. Because I think what the rules that we apply to our homes should be applied to our country.
Okay, rules that are applied to a home should be applied to a country, even if you're unpopular with so-called opinion makers. Now, you didn't get a visa to go to Pakistan twice, sir. And Pakistani actors and artists, they continue to get visas to come to India. So, should there be a tit for tat, quid pro quo? Who's to blame, Bollywood or government?
No, nobody is to blame. We by nature are larger than life. We are sure of ourselves. Only when you are sure of yourself, you can sort of let people come and sort of sometimes bully you also. So I think my government's response to this whole Uri event and Pathankot event, why Mr. Modi went there, we tried our level, as Sushma ji spoke yesterday at Unga, that we have tried our level best to sort of give them a feeling of comfort, give them, but not at the risk of being taken for granted, not at the risk of our soldiers being killed. It's not possible. So the government's decision to isolate Pakistan as a nation which sort of mushroom, where the terrorism is mushroomed, is a great initiative.
Okay.
Because you must hurt them where it hurts.
Okay. But is it just the government's job to hurt them where it hurts, or do we all need to come together as Indians to send a message to Pakistan? Now, if Pakistani actors and singers, they are not allowed to come, or if India withdraws MFN status, will India as a country send a message to Pakistan that if you spread terror in our country, you are not welcome? And that is why people should put pressure on the Pakistani government to stop being a state sponsor of terror, sir.
No, because as I said, we are a much bigger country. I think the Pakistani actors and actresses should condemn the act of terrorism towards Indian soldiers getting martyred and not be quiet. Because if you are getting the kind of reception that you are getting in this country, it's also important to show some kind of responsibility towards it. And yes, the film that have already been made, I think we should peacefully let them release, because it's important. There is a lot of money that has gone into it. We did not think that the producers or directors did not think the situation will escalate to this kind of a situation. But in the future, I think our people need to be more careful and less so-called liberal in their thinking. It's very important to think what comes first. And in my thinking, India always will come first.
Oh, absolutely, Mr. Kher. India first, always and every time. For the moment, many thanks for joining me. I now want to take our viewers to the United States of America. After Ted Poe and Dana Rohrabacher, two congressmen who asked for Pakistan to be declared a state sponsor of terror, there is now a petition on the website of White House requesting US President Barack Obama to declare Pakistan a terrorist state. Now, this petition has been on the website for less than a week, but this already has more than 1 lakh signatures. The clamor for isolating a state sponsor of terror is rising.
Pakistan's global isolation is not a myth, and here's the proof. On your screen is an online petition on the official website of the White House, asking US to declare Pakistan a terrorist state. Indian Americans launched the petition on September 21, the day Pakistan Prime Minister made his desperate bid to play the victim. Not even a week later, the petition has already got 1.2 lakh signatures. The United States has also issued a warning to Pakistan, asking it to close all safe havens for terrorists.
This is not just another political signature campaign. It's backed by two congressmen, it's on the White House website, and it directly puts it on the table for the Barack Obama administration to respond. Where it will stand on this issue is something that the entire world will be looking at, given the emotionally charged atmosphere currently between India and Pakistan.
The petition came after a big move by US Congressman Ted Poe and Democrat Dana Rohrabacher, who introduced the bill to designate Pakistan a state sponsor of terror in the House of Representatives.
Pakistan gives us some concern. It seems like Pakistan might be playing both sides, and they have a lot of explaining to do. Years of funneling money to Pakistan, we still don't know whose side they are on in this war on terror.
Pakistan is a disloyal, deceptive, and devious ally of the United States.
Pakistan has given us no reason to trust them. We don't need to pay Pakistan to betray us. They will do it for free.
global pressure is now mounting on Pakistan on almost every front. Its unwillingness to crack down on terror originating from its soil now stands exposed. Bureau Report, India Today.
But remember, Pakistan is also a country where Osama bin Laden, one of the world's most wanted terrorists, was found barely 100 meters away from Pakistan Military Academy in Kakul, in Abbottabad. And yet, Pakistan wasn't shamed into acting against terror. 140 Pakistani children were killed in a terror strike, and yet Pakistan continues to follow a dual policy. It targets the bad terrorists, which means terrorists who target Pakistan, and it doesn't target the so-called good terrorists who target India and Afghanistan. Clearly, the world needs to do much more than just shame Pakistan. We will continue to track developments on the story very closely, but that is all I have time for on India First. Many thanks for watching. News and updates continue on India Today. It's Rajdeep Sardesai who comes up next with the news today. Stay with us.